these particular shorts wore me out, especially yours, Ryan, with the crosswalk. Ooh, baby. I was like, who hasn't been there with a crosswalk? But I love the fact that you had the crosswalk with no spoken dialogue, because you could have had the crosswalk actually talking to the guy trying to cross the street, but you chose not to do that. I just wanted to know why you made that choice.
I mean, mainly because what you usually see is visual. We did have sound effects like that. We gave it a spoken language or a sound language, but not dialogue. Um, but yeah, it's I'm honestly kind of curious to see how to go to different environments where they don't speak the language. If there will be subtitles, I don't honestly don't know how that will go out into the world. But it was just a choice from based on my experience at the crosswalk and how you see the information.
I appreciate that, and that's a good point, because not everybody will be able to see it that speaks English, or so it'll be good for people that are deaf to watch it. It's gonna be great. But I loved it. It had me laughing out loud. I hollered out loud when I saw that. I really, really did. It was so funny. All right, now Lisa, the number two to Kettering girl. This one left me with the feeling of anybody can start out having a bad day, but all it takes is a smile to make it better.
That's right.
That is such a great message, especially in the times that we're going through right now. What is the message that the message that you wanted to bring out, or is there something else that you wanted to bring out? Because it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That's so lovely, Carla. Yes, exactly. I really wanted to drive home the point that as negativity can be contagious, so can positivity. And just a simple act of kindness, can really make a difference in someone's day and can have that knock-on effect. And so really that's how I try to conduct my life. And so I wanted to put that into a film and just sort of, lift people's spirits really with this idea.
Yay! I'm so happy. All right, Jacob, it's your turn. Fry, tell me the inspiration behind your piece.
Yeah, my short is based on my personal experience of living far away in Los Angeles, but then coming from a small hometown in Hilden, Germany, and just having these huge gaps between my visits of me actually going home pretty much, and with every visit, just seeing these little changes in the environment and just being really conflicted whether this is the home that I'm thinking I want to travel to, and but then also dealing with one of my biggest fears really is, and that's just the thought of one day not having to travel there anymore because the people I travel have disappeared.
It made me cry. It made me cry. It's get it together, girl. It's gonna make me cry talking about it because I'm caretaker for my mom, and at one point I was caretaker for my dad. Now my brother lives with me, so I don't have to go home. I am home. Home is everywhere I look these days.
Yeah.
But I do know that feeling of going back to St. Louis, where I'm from, and seeing, what I really loved about it is when it showed what things look like when you were in school, and then what things look like when you came home from school, and then what things look like after you came home a couple of years later, especially the woman in front of the storefront, how she was waving at you. And then you came back again, and in the storefront was something else. And then you came back again, and in the storefront was closed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, that's all based on my own experience of going home, really. Just like that ice cream store or like French fry place that I always used to go to, just change and different owners being there. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, home is kind of where your heart is, because at the
that's
end
correct.
of it, we see him get in the car with his own family now.
Correct.
Honey, when you got in the when the character got in the car with his own family and turned that engine and it went to credits, I was a mess. I was a mess. I said, "Oh no, Lisa, Jacob, and Ryan, y'all wore me out. Y'all wore me down to a frazzle. Y'all had me laughing. Y'all had me going, oh, my heart. I just need somebody to smile at me." And then you just brought it all the way home with the whole like, ooh. I'm amazed at how much context and life experience y'all can put in a short. It was absolutely amazing to watch that. having said that, what has it meant for each one of you to have your short produced by Walt Disney Pictures? Because that's huge. I'll start with Liza first, or Liza first.
Me, I just want to say, Carla, I love you. You're just bringing me such good energy here. Well, it was a dream come true, really. I didn't think my story would be picked. It's a blind submission, so I sort of sent it out there into the ether, thinking nothing really would come of it because, you know, I just didn't think it would. And so when it happened, I was just like elated and then terrified at the fact that I actually had to make this film. So it was a range of emotions and roller coaster of emotions for me.
Well, even you saying that, I don't even think I fully processed that this actually is a Disney animation film. Like, you know, it's interesting to see that it's coming from, you know, the things that inspired me, and then all the movies that I've worked on in the last 10 years at Disney, and then me having the opportunity to take these same artists that made those movies and try a little bit of an alternative style with them. It was really an honor.
It's this roller coaster ride of emotions when you're really excited that your idea got picked, but then the next thing you're like, oh my God, what do I do now? I really gotta like use my time and really show what I could do. And it's something that you're really excited about becomes then daunting. And then it's just like this joyful experience working with everyone on these short films. But yeah, I mean, it is a great honor because I mean, we've all grown up with watching Disney movies, and now being part of that catalog and all these other films that you just grew up with is very, very bizarre.
What's the one memory in engulfing yourselves into this dream come true project that you will always walk away from it, and that will be the one thing that'll sit and live in your heart forever?
I hadn't been back to the lot for a long time, and I got to walk into this giant building that has the dwarfs. I don't know if you've ever been on the lot or can see it.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, but that was even my first time being in that building, and I finished up the short and then walked out, and there's just no one on the campus, which is an odd feeling. And then I just stood amongst all the legacy handprints that are there, and it was just a really, really sentimental feeling and emotional feeling for me.
I think what I always take away will be the stories from the people that have worked on the project, because a lot of people actually came forward and shared with me their experience of going home or their experience of losing their loved ones. And there were so many emotional, very private stories that I think I'll cherish forever. And it made the project itself such a cool experience because everybody was contributing because they were so invested with the emotional core of this short.
And my girl, and let me just say thank you for what you said about me. I appreciate you.
Oh, likewise. Well, the whole time I was directing, I was pregnant. And so there were some enhanced emotions, I'm going to say. But there was this one time I got the music, the score from Tom Howell. He sent it over and I got to listen to it whilst watching my film. And it brought me to tears. And Sergi, one of the modelers, came in to just ask me a question. And I turned to him and I was just like, tears streaming down my face. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, no, it's just the score.
So you weren't smiley that day. Well, that is my time, y'all. Thank you so very much for sharing your thoughts and your creative juices regarding these projects. They were really quite stellar. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. It was a pleasure.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.